Hey everybody, welcome back to the Get Together podcast. I am Alyssa.
Hey, I'm Stacy.
And today we're talking about friends supporting each other, women supporting each other. And so we have Joy Montgomery with us today. Joy has been kind of our number one supporter and fan since we started. Like, she's been the one that comments on everything and shares everything, and was texting me in the beginning. She had like t-shirt ideas and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, these are so funny. Anyways, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you ended up here, like how you know either of us, and your story a little bit.
All right, I'm Joy. I've known Alyssa since 2019?
Yeah.
Or 2020?
Probably 19.
19?
Or no, 20.
It was 20,
It was post-COVID, yeah.
Yeah, so a little into 2020. Her brother started a church, and I went there, and so did she, and so that's how we met.
Yes. And you were the children's...
I know all the children.
Yes, I was going to say you were the children's pastor, overseer...
Director.
Thank you. Yeah. I was like, I know there's a word
what's
for
that
it.
Word?
There's an official word.
Leader.
The children's leader. Yeah, that's a weird mental. It was like, I lead the children. I lead the children. It's children, like a staff in her hand or like a spear. Sometimes I would feel like that would be needed.
I mean,
it gets crazy, but
you need like one of those shepherds for real though. You have to come this way.
The battle cries and the
where's
staff.
Larry?
Little Larry.
Larry,
where'd you go?
Oh man.
But anyways, so thank you, by the way, for being our supporter and we jokingly termed you the number one fan. So we're like, Joy's our number one fan.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
Like in a loving and an endearing way.
Yeah.
Because we were like, there was a couple of episodes in, I was like, I think we really only have one person watching, and I knew for a fact it was you because you had texted me about the episode, and I was like, at least one person's watching or listening. So
I'm glad to be able to support y'all because I know it takes a lot to put these things on, and so I'm like, whatever I can do to help y'all, I will do.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
Yes.
As you saw, getting here early and watching us scramble today, my brain has been not with it. I need that child leading spear today with the battle cry.
In supporting y'all, I have something made for y'all.
Oh, what?
Yes, I had something made special for y'all for this podcast. There you go.
Oh
Be careful, it is fragile.
Thank you.
It's fragile.
Fragile.
Maybe I can get it out.
Oh my
There you
gosh.
Thank you. I don't know what it is, but
Let me halfway open it.
I thought you were explaining it. I was like,
No, it didn't go off.
Do we just open?
Yeah, just open it. Have at it.
Oh my gosh! They're so cute!
So it has your names on it with your logo, and it says to get together on the other side.
That is
too.
so cute!
That's so
I
precious.
have a friend that made them for me.
Look at the little chairs! And it has our names! Oh, that's so official. Thank you! Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
I'm glad you liked it.
I'm all pour my coffee.
I know, I was just thinking about it. I was like,
do it.
oh my gosh, they're so
I
cute.
love it.
Cannot say they not have been washed, but
Here, I'm gonna put that in the front though, so it looks like I'm drinking out of it right now.
That is so cute.
So cute.
I love it. And these are the good ones.
Yeah.
Like
they're
good
the good
cups.
hefty mugs.
Yeah.
It feels good in my hand.
Like I feel like my husband
Worth
would
a few
want
cups of coffee.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, like when your husband has you try a gun, he's like, how does that feel in your hand? Like, that's how I feel about this coffee. Feels good in my hand.
Good.
Like I went through a clean out in our pantry or whatever you call it, cabinet. And I only left like good ones like this, and so
I have a problem, and I collect coffee mugs. I can't let them go.
Well, and see, as Chris being a teacher, that's what you get as gifts.
Yes. So I'm sure you have a ton.
So
Yeah,
we have to clean out multiple times.
Well, and like
throughout
we
the
get them. You
year.
know how people go on vacation and they'll get, I don't know, like a shot glass or something. Mine's
yeah.
coffee mugs or
mugs.
magnets. So I have like an entire corner of magnets on my fridge that are from places, or people have given to us when they've gone places, like Brandy from when we were in Godly. I jokingly told her one time, I was like, hey, bring me back a souvenir. And so she really did. She brought me a magnet. I was like, how'd you know I love magnets? So it like started this thing. But
you should just make one of your walls magnet or metal so you can
whole
magnetize
magnet
the whole wall.
That would be cool.
Bro, I love your creative mind.
That would be.
That's what I'm here for.
You're super
so
creative.
many
You're
things
always
in there.
making things.
I am. I'm always making things.
She
you
has like an
crafting?
entire
Whole room.
craft room. Like I
Yeah.
went to her house one time, and she's like got all her silhouette stuff out. Or yours is a Cricut.
Yeah, Cricut.
So she does all the cutting and all the things, but then she's got like drawers of things.
Is it all like organized and?
Well, right now it's not because we're moving the toy room out.
Oh.
Because we're 10 now, so we're moving
Yeah.
that out. And it's becoming a daughter and mommy craft room and a whole gaming room for me and my husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Y'all
I'm
game
excited.
together?
Yes, we do.
What do y'all play?
Oh, lots of different things. Right. We just got finished playing Split Fiction. It's on PC. It's really cool. It's a really cool game.
I've never ever gamed.
We're big nerds. We just played D&D last
Play
night.
Roblox? I was gonna say if it's not Mario from 1990, like I can't do it. Oh man, well thank you for the mug again.
Yes, thank
super
you so
sweet.
much.
Welcome. I'm glad you like them.
I love it so much.
So in talking about like you being supportive of us in all the ways, now we have like a little support mug too. Let's talk about that with friendship. Like, do you feel like supporting your friends and supporting other women is like a trait of friendship, or do you think there's specific types and some people are just that friend, or
I don't know. I feel like it's just like your love language too. Like your love language in friendship.
that's true.
Like and
Yeah.
how you perceive that and how you whatever you do with your friendship too.
I guess that's true. So it kind of would come down to like your personality and
Yeah.
your own personal love
Right.
language, whether you are that type of person or not.
Like I might not have the money, but I can support you, and that's giving to you.
Yeah,
So.
that's true. I like that.
What are all the love languages?
Oh, there's so many.
It's like
I have the book in the house. Go get it.
You need to go get it. Apparently.
Have you heard the 5 love languages written?
I love language. But I think that plays into the friendship.
It does.
It does.
Of how you support that friend with your love language.
Yeah.
Because
Well, because, I
even
mean-
my husband is my best friend, so like, how do I support him with
Yeah.
my love language?
Right. So it's kind of, I mean, it's the same playing field, just
Yeah,
a different,
just a different-
intimacy level.
Yeah.
So that makes
Yeah.
sense.
like quality time and
There's quality time,
Gifts.
there's gifts, there's acts of service. Well, there's only 5.
That's 3. There's only 5. You're halfway there. Well, more than halfway, I guess. If you
2.5.
2.5.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what do we say? Acts of service, gifts, it's quality time. I know there's people that are going to be listening. They're like, it's these! It's these!
Yelling at the radio.
You know what? Let's go to Uncle Google. I'm going to figure this out. Oh, I can't. I'm on airplane mode.
well, I think that there's because I do have friends that I do more things with, and then I have friends that are just that we text a lot or we'll talk kind of that way more.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on personality and everything like that.
And I think, too, you could even have... Let's see if my brain can express this thought. Like, different friendships that have multiples of those or all of those, and then some friendships that only have, like, 1 or 2. Like,
Yeah,
oh, this is my, like, gift-giving friend.
Right.
Yeah.
And you just give gifts. Like, that's how you...
Yeah, like my...
show your love, but then like you other ones, like, if they call you at 3 a.m, you're there.
Right.
You'll also give them gifts, they give you gifts, and like you have more of them. Spend quality time.
Yeah.
But like you said, with the friends that you just text a lot, like I have a lot of those too. That's the bulk of the relationship, is just texting and.
Yeah.
Anyways, you were saying something.
You're good. I'm just like my best friend. Like quality time is my gift to her. But also I give her gifts and stuff like that. But like, you have to find out, like, what your main one is.
Yeah.
Like, you really, like, look at that relationship and, like, what do you really give this friend a lot more of?
Yeah, that's true. I don't even know what mine would be. Isn't there like a quiz?
Yeah, there is a quiz.
I think I'm a big quality time. I'm not the hugest of gifts. I mean, I love gifts, and I do enjoy giving gifts, but I don't think that's one of my tops. I think more quality time is probably one of my biggest.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation. That's the other one.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I'm a big words of
one more.
affirmation too.
There's one more somewhere. We'll find it somewhere.
It'll come out.
Yeah.
But I think that goes because we were going to be talking about like a reason, friends for a reason,
Yes.
a friends for a season, and friends for a lifetime.
Yeah. So speaking on that, friends for a reason, pretty self-explanatory. These are people you meet during a specific time or situation, and your friendship fades when that reason disappears.
So it fades. So you're not their friend forever.
Right. Then there's friends for a season. These are people who are in your life for a longer period, but their presence is not permanent. And then friends for a lifetime. These are the people that stay with you through thick and thin, forming deep and enduring bond. So that's interesting because I wouldn't have necessarily classified friends for a reason as one that disappears, because I feel like I have friends that we, not that we became friends for a reason, but their presence in my life at a specific time was very purposeful, and I know it was for a reason, but we're still friends today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
I guess it could
became
go
friends.
both ways.
Yeah, but did it fade off a little bit and then come back? Because I feel like that's, like with us, like, we were friends at the church and stuff.
Because we saw each other all the
We
time.
saw each other all the time. I'd have to say, like, hey, what's going on, whatever. Or I need you for this week.
Yeah.
I need you bad. But also, like, now you're starting this, so I'm like, oh, I want to support you. So now,
Yeah.
like, our friendship has become more again.
Yeah. That makes sense. Well,
So reasons.
Friends for a Reason kind of made me think of a friend of mine, but we didn't meet during this specific reason, but our friendship was still pretty new. But it was, her name's Courtney, and she won't mind me sharing this. But it was during a really, really rough time of me and Kenneth's marriage, where we were like on the brink of divorce. I think I've talked about that before on here. But she was surprisingly like one of the few people in my life that was 100% like, you guys can do this. Y'all can make it. You can make it through. You're strong, and just completely supportive. But during that time, you didn't even know about that stuff. Like, I hadn't even told her because like I was so in my shell, like just completely closed off to life and everyone. And she just, I don't know, she was there, and she like snuck in and was exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
The exact person that I needed for that time. And I'm forever grateful for her because of that. But we are not friends now. Like, her and I actually, we did a boutique together for a little bit, and then that didn't work out, and then we've just stayed friends. So it was for a reason, but she didn't disappear. But like you said, it is distant now because we're both busy with our own families.
Right.
But I still talk to her all the time, and
Yeah.
Right, but it's not as strong as it was that time.
maybe, I don't know.
You know, like, it dissipates, but
Yeah.
it's good.
It's one of those ones,
but you don't
too,
have to
though,
talk all the time either.
where like she was going through some things a while back, and she called me and we talked about it. So it's kind of like it's still deep, it's still involved, it's just not physical. Like, we don't see each other physically, but we still talk that same amount.
Yeah.
But I guess there's going to be gray areas, you know. There's not going to be just for a reason, just for a season. Like, you can have friends that fluctuate, I guess, between all of that.
Because I feel like sometimes the friends for a reason and a friends for a season really kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
You know.
They really do, because that
reason
seems like the
could
same.
be a full season.
Yeah. That same theme.
Well, I definitely have, if I'm doing something specific, like say I went to camp as a counselor, and my fellow counselor in my cabin, you know, like we became friends, and you know, because of that reason, you know, we had to lead all these kids But
that's a good example.
We don't, you know, talk now, you know,
Right.
but if I were to see her, I would, you know, love to see her and stuff. But that was the reason that we were friends and we connected in that way. And it was good that we connected well for the kids that we were leading, you know.
That's a really good example.
Yeah.
And I think that too goes hand in hand with church relationships, because there's so many people, like when you said that, it made me think of so many people in my life that, you know, you're kind of close with for a little bit because you're doing something churchy, and you know how church has events and it has all these things, and you really are serving together, and I think that in itself forms relationships and forms bonds.
Yeah.
And then, you know, well, you know what, take Godly for instance.
Yeah.
We went to serve for 6 months and we stayed for 3 years, and in that 3 years people came and went.
Oh yeah.
And we even came and went. But like, if I were to see Stacy and Tommy on the street, like, I would go hug their necks. And
in
did
December.
you?
I was like, hey girl.
Oh, love them. We visited another church just a couple of weeks ago, and there was a couple that me and Kenneth left, and he was like, dude, did they make you think of Stacy and Tommy? I was like, they were the exact couple. It was the weirdest thing. It was like their church doppelganger.
Oh my gosh.
Because like the man was really just laid back and, hey guys,
Chill.
you know, like Tommy, and then I was gonna say the Stacy,
the Stacy.
but no, the Stacy type woman was very quiet and like subdued, but like funny and just kind of like off the cuff. Man, it was funny.
That's funny.
But anyways, a lot of those people, like this even, I mean, you were a godly relationship. You were a godly relationship. That
godly.
The town, godly. Not that it wasn't godly, but
we met in the church.
You're right. We should have started this with worship.
We don't need to fill in the blanks.
Oh man. But yes.
Yeah.
Like, we don't see each other all the time, but when we do, it's fine. We're still friends.
Yeah.
So, but then that means that a seasonal friendship could also tie into a lifetime friendship. And it just depends on the level of seeing them physically. It's also 2025, and we have every imaginable form of communication available to us.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And you can see what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of still feel connected through social media.
Oh yeah.
Of, you know, where they're at. You still see pictures of their kids, and you can still kind of interact with them a little bit. You know, if you're both on social media.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like that crazy lady when I see some of my friends' children and they have no idea who I am. And I'm like, oh, the last time I saw you. And they're like, lady, who are you? Like, well, I didn't really actually see you. I saw pictures of you on the internet. Like, that's not less creepy.
I just stalk you on the internet.
Especially if you know their name.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, Jacob.
And they're like, oh, how do you know my name? Like, I'm just your Aunt Alicia. Don't worry about it.
Or just like your kids, they're like, who is that again? I don't know. Just a random person.
I got some candy in my pocket. You want some?
It's a
I
good
don't know where this voice came from. It's a classic old person snack. You want the caramel or the butterscotch?
I personally like the butterscotch.
I can hear the paper crinkling in my head, like.
Oh man, cinnamon candy.
Yeah.
That's a church candy.
So is it the peppermint?
Or the peppermints, the cinnamon,
The little
thing.
red discs.
Brian's mom still keeps them in her purse sometimes. And back when we went to a different church, we would sit with his parents. We still do that. We still go to the same church. It's just a different church. And he would like get one from his mom, and he'd be like,
like Kenneth with his ice.
How old are you? It's so loud. And then he'd like grab for another one. I'm like, no,
Stop eating those.
like, Gail, cut it off. Like, anyways,
Oh my gosh.
that was rabbit hole. Sorry.
I like it. The rabbit holes are what make this entire thing, honestly.
We used to call the caramels belly buttons.
Ew.
Ew.
Because they look like belly buttons.
It's making mine tingle right now. I can't.
That's what we used to call them with our grandma.
I have like a severe belly button phobia though. Like, I don't like to think about them.
Forgot about
I
that.
don't like when people touch them. If you poke mine, I might throw up.
If you poke mine,
Wyatt-
poke mine, I'll poke yours.
why it's gotten to where he remembers, so he'll be like, Mom, and I'll turn around and he's like finger deep in his, and I'm like, just thinking about it right now, my fingertips and my belly button are tingling, and I'm like, get it away. Ugh. I don't even know where that came from. I used to be okay. I remember being a child, and my belly buttons did not. I have multiples. Multiple belly buttons. My one belly button and others did not freak me out. And I don't know, somewhere between like 8 and 10, I was like, those are nasty.
Those are nasty. I don't like it when people poke me here. Not that people would normally poke you there. But it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone gets anywhere close to, like, my chest, or, like, what are you, not that people are talking like that.
What kind of confrontations are you getting into?
Evidently, it's happened
Listen here,
enough
Stacy.
where I don't like it. And the other day, I kind of forgot about it, and Kendall came up to me and was, like, being silly, and she, like, poked me there, and I was like, oh, I don't like that. She was like, oh, I forgot. Like, they really don't like that.
Oh, Kenneth did that. Okay, you remember in high school, boys, they would like get you like right there in the side.
Oh,
I have always hated being touched, especially by people I barely know. And boys in high school are like, and so they would like do it, and I would, grab fingers and like twist back. And anyways, that's another story. I'm about to segue somewhere. I need to stop this. Anyways, Kenneth did it to me the other day, and like my reaction was like my body shut down. I was like, ooh, like melted to the floor. And he was like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "I didn't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it." Yeah, it was weird. Oh, but funny story. I almost broke my dad's fingers one time because he did that to me while we were driving, and I was.
You were driving?
He was driving. Oh, okay. And I used to work at the feed store with him, and so we would leave together and go get lunch together, and so we just like drive around the town. Anyways, we're at a stoplight, and we were talking and just being silly, and he like reached over and did that, and before I even thought about it, I like grabbed his fingers and twisted back, because I was used to doing that at the boys at school,
right?
And he was like, ah! So we still laugh about that all the time. And then like 20 minutes later, he set his hands on fire while we were driving, so that was fun. What? It may not have been the same time. maybe a different time. My dad is a great storyteller, though. I love hearing him tell the story.
Stories.
But what happened was, we're driving again. It's like a lunch break, and he was doing like this trick with a lighter where you like kind of blow your hand up and then it goes out real quick. I don't remember what he was doing, but when he had poured the lighter fluid in, he accidentally spilled it on himself and didn't realize it. So I gotta put this down. And so he goes, "Watch this," and he like lit it on fire. But it didn't go out immediately, and his whole hand exploded in a flame.
Oh my god!
And then he was like, ah! So he starts like beating it out, and then this one caught on fire, and he's like, ah! He's driving down the road with his hands on fire.
That sounds like some British comedy skit, doesn't it?
I mean, it happened so fast, and just about the time that we were both like, ah! They went out. So it was like he knew it was going to go out, but I think it burned a little longer than he was expecting it to.
Right.
And his scream was to get me, like he was trying to prank me, but then when his other hand caught on fire, he was like, I got him! What are we doing? It was funny.
Oh man.
I've never heard that story.
You haven't? I thought for sure you would have.
Could be. I could have forgotten it easily.
Story of my life.
Not easily. Easily. That was a dumb story.
I never want to hear that stupid story again. I'm going to forget it right now. Oh my gosh.
That made me cry.
Honestly, you guys, I've needed this.
Me too.
I was like a stress ball in my house. This has been good. It's been good.
So, Joy, would you say you have a lot of friends?
Yes.
Or do you have
probably way too many?
Gotta cut them out.
She's like, I keep my circle huge.
I do. It's hard to know which ones are for the reason and season because I try to keep them so close.
Yeah.
And then when I do let one go or whatever, and I'm like, I feel like I'm missing a part because I put so much into my friendships. Yeah. And stuff.
You seem very loyal.
Yeah.
And like, you fight for your friends and yeah.
Well, when you said put so much into it, that just made me think of like sometimes there's a lot of that. There's like a lot of pouring into a friendship, and sometimes it's reciprocated, and sometimes it's not. So, would you say that the friends that you do still have reciprocate that pouring into, or is it like
most of them, yeah. But again, like I do have some that are like, oh, okay, we'll be, but it's there's nothing coming back, and I'm like, but
I'm probably one of those.
Just
I never answer my phone. I forget to call her back when she calls.
Whatever.
I'm awful.
Like, you love them, but they're not like in
right. But I am that person that will call you. I hate text.
Yeah?
I can't spell worth a darn, so I will not text you.
I'd much rather hear you talk.
Right. I'm going to call you, and we're going to talk.
Which that poses a problem with our friendship.
I know. It really does.
I hate talking on the phone.
I know you do.
I would text you all day long.
And I try to text you. Because I have those friends that I know I have to text.
And see, likewise, though, if I'm with my phone, I will answer your phone calls. Just don't always have it.
That's why I try to text you first and be like, okay, is she responding fast or is she responding slow?
Let's decode this.
Right? 20 minutes for her to respond. Maybe now's not a good time.
I'm not calling.
Oh, man.
No, I feel like I've been calling you more than normal.
I've tried to call you more, too, because I usually am just so quick to text. Which is funny, because Kenneth is a caller. He hates texting, but I call him, or I don't call him because I always feel like he's going to be busy. And so I'm like, I'll just text him because if he's busy, he can respond when he wants to.
Yeah.
But then he gets mad that I'm texting him. He's like, why don't you just call me? It's faster.
I need to get way better at that, especially with our adult kids, because I don't want to just text them all the time. I want to like call, and it is more personable.
It is.
It's like,
I struggle with that though, even like with my own parents. I just thought about that. Like,
I do too.
I'll text my dad and stuff. Like, why don't I just call him?
Yeah.
I have like severe phone anxiety with my own family. What is this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That goes back though to me, like, I can see people in person just fine. It's just the phone.
Yeah.
And I guess because it's like that awkward silence. Like, if you don't have something to say, I feel like you have to fill that silence.
No. But yes, I know what you mean. But you feel like that.
Yeah. That awkward.
It's about as awkward as like these awkward pauses on this podcast that I have to edit out.
Maybe this is good therapy for
I
you.
can't edit the phone call.
But nor can you edit real life.
Oh.
No. Say that again.
Glory.
Say it again.
Oh, man.
It is gospel-y in here today. Gospel it up, girl. Oh, man. But that was good. What'd you say?
That was really good.
Say it again.
You cannot edit real life.
Yeah.
Ever.
So be real.
Be authentic.
And be in the moment.
Break the cup.
This table is in a weird position,
It is
too.
like,
It's like,
oh, shoot.
Don't break my good cups now.
Like, I knew it.
you give it
my
to me,
gosh.
and then you, like, break it.
Right. On my bed. At least I know where to get one. Get another one.
Oh, man.
I feel like I have a lot of friends that are friends for a lifetime. That will always be super close to and, always connect with wherever I'm at in whatever season of my life. Like family, almost.
Yeah.
But it also depends on, like, what they're going through, too. It's like, can you be a friend to them in the season they're going through?
Yeah.
Because they might be going through a lot that you have to shut out.
Yeah, that's
I've
true.
had those kind of friends, too.
Like, you mean, like, you handling
Yeah,
like
the stuff that they're going through, and you can't help them. You know that you can't help them. You've tried, and you have to shut them out because it's better for you and them
right
in that season.
Yeah. Because it could also trickle into bringing you down to a place that you don't want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes
Especially
sense.
being super empathic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling
I can
all
see
of that.
You almost feel exactly what they're feeling.
Yeah.
Without being in that.
Without even going 2 steps into their walk.
Yeah. That's a good point. finding boundaries for yourself.
Right.
In those situations is a really big thing.
I feel like we recently talked about that as well.
We kind of talked about it, yeah.
Like, everybody's the main character of their own life. And we have to be careful not to assume that we're the main character and everybody else is, you know, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like, we can't expect somebody to give when they can't, just because we're going through something, and vice versa. But I mean, there's so many layers to that, though. Like, we have to unpack
there's so
all
much
that.
balance in it all.
Yes.
Of, like, serving and making sure you're checking in to make sure that you're being a good friend, you know. And it's just, everything's a balance.
Yeah.
I feel like I say that a lot, but I feel like that's what I
mean,
found.
It really is, though.
The older I get. It's like, you can't have too much of this, too less of this. If you, like, stick in the middle, like, you're a pretty balanced human, you know?
Yeah. I think it was the episode with Courtney, the Endurance Collective, that we talked a little bit about. Oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought again. I'm ADHDing so bad today. What did we call it earlier? ADHD? So I guess in that umbrella of reason, season, lifetime friends, there's all these other different types of friendships that we develop. Like, what we looked at was acquaintances, casual friends, close friends, best friends, intimate friends. It's funny, speaking of best friends, we were talking, I was talking to Jennifer Cunningham yesterday. We hung out, and we were talking about how when we were little, it was just like there was so much jealousy. And they'd be like, well, so-and-so is my best friend.
Yeah.
And she was telling me about a friend of hers that they became really close, but then when they were going to start school together, the friend was like, okay, Jennifer, you're my best friend and I'm your best friend, and we're not going to talk to these other people. And Jennifer was like, or we could just both talk to everyone and all be friends. And she was like, and so that's what we did. We were all friends. And it's funny because, like, there's some people that don't grow out of that, and they're still just like, oh, so-and-so was my best friend. But I had told Jennifer yesterday, I said, you know, I would consider Stacy my best friend. And I said, but you're not really any less of a best friend. I was like, I see you all the time, and I know Stacy has other best friends, like Alethea. Y'all have been close forever, and my best friend growing up, Bethany, like, and so we, like, put all these labels on things. I'm like, can't we just all be, like, the best of friends?
Yeah.
I know. Me and Kinley, my daughter, was talking about, well, now my friend so-and-so is not my best friend anymore because she said, no, I don't want to be your best friend. I'm like, girl, just be friends. And talk to her or don't talk to her. Like, that's where it is.
Well, that conversation got started because Jennifer's daughter had asked her, are you and Alyssa best friends now? And Jennifer was like, I mean, I don't know. Like, we're friends. And so I was joking. I was like, we're the best friends, Jennifer. Like, making it creepy. Say it with your words. We're best friends.
I mean, best friends, you know, like, what does that even... It's just so... You really love that person.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I have so many close friends. So when I got married, like, I had 9, like, bridesmaids. And I'm like, I'm not going to have anyone be my maid of honor because I just... All of these are my best friends. Yeah. You know?
And I think that's just part of, like, being an adult and, like you said, pouring into relationships.
Yeah.
And then when you get that reciprocated, you just form that connection.
You connect,
And there's a closeness that would kind of others would label as best, but, I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
So.
Just a bond with certain... I feel like I've not been different people throughout my life, but you've gone through seasons, and like maybe that's kind of what ties that in, is like all these seasons of your life come together, you know, and you're still, you know, you have all those connections with the different parts of, you know.
So this talks about acquaintances. It says people you know but haven't spent much time with, perhaps sharing a common interest or context like work or a class. So, I mean, I'm sure we've all had countless amounts of those, like so many acquaintance friends. Yeah. Especially when, like, I was working. I never hung out with work people outside of work, you know, but they were friends in the sense that I was nice to them. They were nice to me. We laughed, we joked, we cut up, you know, we sometimes shared meals together because, here at work, but...
Have y'all ever had a friend, like an acquaintance, that you really, really like, and you almost feel like you liked them more than they liked you, and you want to be really close to them, but they're not really giving you back the same?
Yeah.
That kind of stinks. You're like, I really, really like you, but it's
like
just
a miniature breakup.
It really is.
They don't like me.
It's like, why? Yeah.
Which then I wonder, like, is it me? Or, like,
right.
Did they have an issue? Or do they really just not mesh with me like I mesh with them? It's kind of
sometimes it just doesn't click both ways, and that's okay.
It's kind of like teaching your children about liking boys or girls. You're like, if they don't like you, that's okay. It's just not a click, not a mesh.
Yeah.
Move on to the next one.
There's
not like an assembly line. Like, date everyone.
Next in line.
Word of advice, kids, date as much as you can. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. Do the opposite of that, actually. Keep them coming. Let's go. Didn't like you. Next.
No. Number 284.
Oh my gosh. Happy 17th birthday.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so after acquaintances, it says casual friends. Friends that you see and interact with occasionally, perhaps for company or camaraderie.
Like work.
Yeah, I would feel like, I guess, I'm thinking like sports, like when your kids are in sports and you build relationship with the parents. Like, there's only a handful of people that I see outside of sports.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like friendly and nice to the sports people.
Yeah.
But just kind of casual, like, hey, what's up on the ball field?
Right.
And we got close friends, friends that you consider dear and share a deeper level of intimacy, trust, and support with. But then you also have best friends, which is your closest and most cherished. Often those you've known for a long time and share a very strong bond with. And then intimate friends. Friends with whom you have a very close personal and confidential connection, often relying on them for advice and support. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
They all are kind of the same.
Yeah, but a little different for each. I don't know. I could feel like intimate friends is almost like you and your husband, or you and your spouse.
Because there's definitely I can be really close to someone and not go to them with certain things,
right?
Specifically,
But a husband, you're guaranteed to tell them everything.
Yeah.
If you're not, you might need some therapy to work through that.
Might need to talk about it.
We're offering marriage counseling after this episode.
Is your husband your intimate friend?
Please call.
Please call 888-5422.
So all these that we've listed are friendships based on depth and intimacy, but they also have friendships based on context and duration. So childhood friends, lifelong friends, work friends, activity friends. So we've kind of talked about all of those under all of these spectrums. So it really is a spectrum. It's like there's no, you can't just classify. I have some friends that I would consider multiples of these.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like each of them have different aspects of every friendship.
Yeah. And I think they're all necessary.
Yeah.
Like, they all serve a purpose. Like we were talking about, whether that's for a season or a reason or forever.
Yeah.
And we need it. We need friendships. I hate it when I see someone who doesn't reach out or kind of keeps to themselves. It's like, I can't imagine, doing that. I mean, maybe that's also part of my personality, but I need the camaraderie. I need the friendship.
Even if you're like an introverted person, like you still need that. You need, especially women specifically, we're wired to need to vent and need to talk and we chatter and we just rely on those friendships. I think because our intimate partners are not always, they're not on the same level that we are mentally. Because we've talked about that, like husbands, they listen to fix the problem. I don't want you to fix the problem. I just want you to listen to let me cry. And like, I know I could call y'all and y'all would listen to hear me cry and just be like, that sucks. And that's all you need is just to hear somebody tell you, that sucks.
Do you need to go get a coffee?
Yeah.
Yes.
Always.
Right.
I need more coffee right now. Just kidding.
But that's the thing, is like, which one is which at that moment that you need them, or the moment they need you.
Yeah. Friendship's a cool thing. I think the Lord intended it that way, you know.
He made us relational to need relationship with each other. That's how the whole early church was designed too. Like, that's why it says don't forsake the gathering, because that's where you're supposed to find those friendships, and you're supposed to be able to build each other up and help each other. But
in my brain, I was picturing like an obstacle course, and like as you're, this is so cheesy. I'm gonna say
I'm ready for it.
Go for it.
But like as you're going through this obstacle,
I'm ready for my.
I feel like one of those motivational speakers. You're in an obstacle course. Like they're always Australian or something. But you're going through an obstacle course, and like as you know, those friends like help push you when you feel like you can't go any further.
Like the human ladder, they're like lifting you up, like you can do it.
And as you maybe you help someone else, and as you get up that ladder, and you're just. Anyways,
I'm ready to like go. And when you're on that peak, and it's your turn to reach down, and you lift that hand up, and you pull them. Glory to God.
Lift them up.
Lift them.
Copy praise.
All I hear is you raise me up.
You raise me.
If we can end this segment with that
song. Man. Then we'd have to pay. I'm not doing that.
Oh, really?
Probably. It's copyright issues.
Sure, it's copyrighted somewhere.
Ain't no way they gonna make money off that.
We could sing it though.
We could.
I don't know.
I know all the words.
So I can stand on mountains.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Just plug that in for you.
Need to pull it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, the last type of friendship that was listed was a frenemy, which I find hilarious that that's in friendship.
Same.
It says a person you consider a friend, but with whom you have an underlying competitiveness or negativity. I don't think I have those. I mean, I bet I could, but I don't think I do. Does that make sense?
I don't know. So it's so strange to say, oh, you have a friend of me.
Yeah, I would never be like, oh, this is my frenemy, Rebecca.
Right.
Like,
this is her.
I'm going to start introducing you to people that I mean. This is my frenemy, Stacy. We've been together a long time.
They just like,
we do a podcast together.
I hate her.
I loathe her
Oh my gosh.
but I brought her along.
She's on my podcast. This is my podcast. She's just here.
I do it way better.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
I think that comes with like maturity.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel
absolutely.
like most mature people don't have
a frenemy.
some frenemies hanging out. I mean, you leave room for that kind of stuff, but
I think it's absolutely like a high school girl thing.
High
schoolers
I think
have.
that's more as you're the immature teenager or preteen. You have those
coming of age, if you will.
Right. You probably had those.
I do remember those feelings though of like you play nice to somebody's face, but then I'm like, oh, she's so stupid.
Yeah.
I was like quiet and shy and didn't talk to people, and so I kind of felt that way about the popular kids because you know. But okay, fun fact: there was a girl that was always super sweet to me. I borrowed some paper from her once, but like we did not talk, like we weren't friends. But she was in that popular crew, okay, and I just would always think like why, like a negative feeling, like why are you so popular? Like I don't know how to explain what I wasn't angry at her, and she didn't deserve to not be popular. That's not what I'm saying. Like she was probably a cool person. I just didn't know her. But you know those popular kids just have that air about them, and you're just kind of like, God, ugh. Okay. Well, you know, fast forward. How long have I been out of high school now? Like 15, 16 years. She posted on social media the other day, like kind of part of a testimony about things that she was struggling with in high school. And I was like, oh wow, like you know, we get these negative feelings about people, but like we talked about earlier, we have no clue what they're going through.
Yeah.
And it takes maturing, like you said, to be like, well, everybody's just going through something. Like, nobody's ever just great. Like, we're all going through something. And, you know, it's 15, 16 years later, and I'm like, wow, that popular girl was just a human, you know? And here she is, a mother and, you know, a social media influencer, and just kind of, I don't know, doing the same things that I'm doing right now. And I was like, wow, look at that. Would you look at that?
Would you look at it? Isn't it funny how certain things can just stay in your mind a certain way, and then the moment, like, you see it a different way, it's like, oh, wow. But it can be there for years in a certain angle, and then you're like, why in the world did I think that?
Yeah.
And why did I feel that way? You know?
Well, this is, oh my gosh, this is like a whole nother, there was a guy, so we weren't friends, obviously. He was another popular boy, but he turned around in my math class and was just staring at me. And so, like, I looked up and I was like, what? And he goes, loser. Just called me a loser for no reason. And I wasn't thinking on my feet, so I was just like, I know. And just, like, went back to, like, working. Well, this dude, like, grew up and offed his girlfriend and himself.
Oh.
And so I'm like...
So he struggled with a lot of stuff, too.
So, like, looking at that, I'm like, wow, we have no idea. And they always, I mean, that whole saying, hurt people. So, like, just being mean for no reason when you're in pain makes you feel better, and then you grow up and don't get help and don't figure things out and ruin some lives. Yeah, that's probably true. Because think about the amount of, like, if we're talking about the popular cool kids, how many of those relationships were true and deep?
Yeah.
And how many of them were just surface because they were all popular? I don't know.
You can go to the what's the motive of the friendship?
Right.
Like, why are you friends with this person?
Right. Because, like, can they give me something?
Right.
Can they get me somewhere?
Is
can
it
they
to receive?
elevate my status?
Is it to
Yeah, that's true.
Sounds like that kid, you know, she needed a really big hug as a kid.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't get that.
Yeah.
And he was in a lot of pain.
It's depressing, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, when I learned that and heard it, I was like, that is awful. And this dude was, like, funny. Like, everybody thought he was funny and loved him, and, you know, you just have no idea about it.
Do you want to say anything? You're our guest of honor.
I'm a big listener. Or said that I'm a talker.
Well, you've done
That's why you're a great friend.
I don't have anything.
When you say you're a great listener, like in friendships, being a good listener is a big part of friendship.
Yeah. So, like, getting to know somebody or first meeting somebody, I'm great at, like, getting you to talk.
Yeah.
I can get you to talk about any subject. But then I will sit and I will listen. Especially if, like, there's a group of 3 or more. I will sit and just listen to everybody's stories and put my 2 cents in, you know, if I have it or whatever, but...
Yeah.
Sit and listen and make sure everybody's good, but also just because I feel so much of all the things people say, I'm like, okay, where is somebody hurting too?
Yeah,
so I'm like,
so
okay,
you're super empathetic.
Yeah, I'm super empathetic. Yeah. Gotcha. So then I'm like, okay, that person's hurting, so afterwards, make sure that person's good, and then start pouring into that person or whatever.
Yeah, that's an awesome gift.
Yeah.
Sometimes it really sucks.
Well, it gets heavy.
Yeah. It does. It gets real heavy. Real heavy.
I was going to say, I feel you on the empathy level, but I don't know that I have that gifting of, like, making people feel comfortable and open up. So that is a good gift to have. I just cry with people.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, I cry a lot. I cry a lot, but...
I feel like you're one of those people that, when they do talk, you have something great to say. You know, like, people do listen because, you know.
Yeah.
Joy's talking now.
Joy's talking. We should listen.
We must pay attention.
Yeah.
Well, that's a better note. So we could call it a day, wrap it up. But
well, you've supported us. We feel supported by you.
Well, I'm glad you all.
Because you listened.
I always listen to your podcast. I might not listen to this one though.
No, it'll be good.
It's my first time meeting you, so it's great to meet you.
It's weird. I don't think well, I guess I was going to say we haven't had an episode like that, but it was my first time meeting Courtney.
Okay, yeah,
so
yeah.
now we got the even playing field,
timers.
but the first timers. But yes, thank you
Yes.
for
Thank you for
listening
joining
and
us.
commenting and promoting and our mugs now. We think of you
know,
every time
You're
we
so
make out of these.
official now.
I know. We need a photo shoot.
Do a TikTok with it.
We should.
There you
We could
go.
do a TikTok.
Yeah.
I almost made y'all shirts too, but I didn't. I ran
Oh.
out of time. So.
It's okay.
No,
Thank you. This
And
is
with
perfect.
the craft room being
I
going both ways.
Oh yeah.
we have
Yes.
you should see my workout room. It's mostly just a closet that has exploded with all the things. So I do not work out in there.
Listen, I'm always great at organizing other people's places, but not my own.
Oh.
So I need to find that friend that helps me to do those
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
We were just talking about that yesterday.
My sister helps me a lot.
Oh,
though.
good.
Well, she stopped by yesterday because she was in the area, and Bennett had to go to the bathroom. So she was like, "I'm coming by your house." But while she was there, I started cleaning because I just have to have a moral support person to get anything done. So we could trade off moral support days.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
down. I've learned on TikTok that's called doubling.
Yes.
Doubling?
Doubling, yes.
Yeah.
It's if you need somebody there just to be there,
Is
so
it
you
a
can get things
an
done.
HEHE thing?
It's an
Yes.
HEH thing, very much.
Very much so.
Red flag.
HEH red flag. Someone
my
comments it's ADHD.
No, duh.
That's not how we say it here.
This is my podcast. I'll say it how I want. It's HEHE.
HEH.
Wait, HEHE would be hee hee. I've got the hee hee.
I think we should rename the podcast.
The hee hee. Oh my goodness.
Man.
Well, that was fun. Thank you again. I feel like we've had 37 exits of this episode, but
I'm sorry.
oh my gosh. Well,
Yes.
that's all we got. Thank you again, Joy, for being here. Thank you for our
Yes,
mugs. And I guess we will see you all at the next get together.